Hi, I'm Peter Haddock and I'm here at the Shard with Ricky, who is the battery super expert here at Perkins. Ricky, I saw this battery solution launched at Conexpo and I was like, brilliant. We've got a battery solution. We've actually got that next stage of development about how we're going to power on in the industry. Now, the things that I was sort of concerned about was I didn't understand the journey that would come after the battery, because obviously you've been making engines for a long time, but now you've got battery power. It's a different power set and it's a different thing that works. So tell me a little bit about what you've described today about the actual journey that you've gone through since the launch and now where that's taking you to.
Certainly, Peter. Yeah, we're really excited to speak to you today about our battery. It's really important to consider the battery hardware, but there's also another aspect, another layer to our battery. Our development is really agile, so we're learning as we're, launching the battery and working with our customers. We're continuing to figure out how customers are having challenges with batteries and how we can work with them to avoid those challenges when they launch their products to the market. So today we've really spoke about the complementary digitalisation of our product. So yes, there's the hardware, but there's all the software, the support systems behind the scenes, really giving customers that peace of mind. The Perkins product, not only from an engine point of view, but batteries are really going to be supported in the field, and no matter where they are around the globe, that they get that peace of mind, that they have support from Perkins and our experts to make sure that their machine, powered by Perkins, is really supported and can really provide them that energy that they need in their machine.
Now, the thing about the engine and that we've seen before and now the battery is actually it's about rating the battery for different applications. So just quickly run through again for me the different battery types and sizes we've got and what's the difference between them.
Certainly. So we've really started with our range with low voltage and high voltage. So our first generation of batteries, so we start with a 48 volts, moving up to a 300 volt and a 600 volt. So this battery here is 300 volts, but also is the same size as the 600 volts. Our 48 volt is around 50% of the size of this. So it means from a packaging point of view, in those smaller applications, we can support customers with a smaller energy package, but also helps from a packaging point of view at that low voltage 48 volt range.
Now, folks, what's really interesting to me is actually you've gone away and you've bought an electric wheel loader, which you then retrofitted your battery system into to actually see how much more power you can put into that machine, but actually how much more longevity you can put into that machine's operation. That's something that is a bit, unique. I didn't expect you to go out and buy that to do that, but that's a part of the journey that you do with customers with the engines as well, isn't it? And now you're doing it with the batteries.
Definitely. So that's part of our value proposition. So, working with customers is great. We get to experience their machines, but what we want to do, we want to give customers that peace of mind that this is a validated product. So kind of one step ahead of that, a bit like our engines today, we put this into a machine on site at our facilities. We look at the architecture of that machine, we install this, we understand more about the architecture, we actually develop some of that ourselves to make sure that we understand how electric machines operate and how we can support our customers on that journey to electrification, which is not simple. It's highly complex. So by Perkins using our expertise on machines, we can bring this package into them and really demonstrate and pull customers on site to say, look, here's an example. The electric wheel loader is one example. Other electrified products will be available on the Perkins site in the future. We'll be looking at other options within our advanced power solutions, and they will have machines on site where we can bring customers to really demonstrate the capabilities firsthand. It's different being able to operate a machine and feeling the performance of our battery versus us just talking about it and showing, the test data. Being able to feel that is really that added value for our customers.
Now, we also talked today, folks, and this is really important to me, about longevity, and we also talked about optimization. So, what you've got inside here is the telemetry systems that are going to give you the data coming back from the utilization of the equipment, from the power needs, from the actual recharging and what's happening in that space, and that allows you to have a two-way conversation with the owner of that equipment and through your network as well of dealers. to say, look, here's how you should be optimizing the performance of this particular product, and also how you should be doing your charge cycles and things like that, to give that battery the longevity, and also to actually give that optimized performance throughout the period of its life. And that's important, that you're having that conversation and you're recognizing the key points in that development, isn't it?
Oh, definitely, definitely. So that's, again, a key value proposition of this product. So every battery will have telematics fitted as standard.
Right.
So that means that we have the ability to understand exactly where this product is, understand the state of health of this product as well.
Yeah.
And that really helps customers understand how they need to use it, and the behaviours in terms of charging as well. So we have that dialogue, so we can share that through our digitalisation. A bit like consumers today, it's really important that we have robust hardware, but most of our interaction as consumers is through software. Maybe it's through an app. We're doing exactly the same with this product. We want customers to have it easy to interact with, and they want that support from our trusted advisors and our distribution network. That's no different with this product. And telematics, we don't talk about it enough, but that's critical. That provides us with the data that we need so we can have that effective communication, but also prime our aftermarket to make sure we're set up in those territories to support customers with the right hardware replacement, but also to make sure the right maintenance checks are done on these batteries, so consumers and customers have that peace of mind for the next year that this battery is going to be providing them with the energy requirements that they need.
And of course, when batteries are used, over the life cycle of a battery, it will degrade over time. And then you're able to see that information, but you're then able, and what I saw today was a real understanding of the actual workflow of when the battery can go to its second life through your distribution center and get sort of remanned, a bit like your engines, in the power center, but then also recycled at the end of its really useful life. Now that really is something that people haven't really thought through. I've not talked to people about that whole end-to-end battery life cycle, and that's really important when you come to look at the value of the equipment as you go down the line 2-3 years later. And also actually how you look at the environmental impact of how you can manage that process when it comes to the end of its life.
Yeah, so that's really important with this product. Right from the offset, the design has a modular solution.
Yeah.
So that means, from a technology point of view, we can upgrade the technology, but keep the package size the same.
Yeah.
So having that flexibility gives customers and our OEMs the ability to offer their customers new technology without changing the package size. So once that design's done, they can then put this in, and there's no change there, but they've got access to the latest technology as that progresses over time.
And of course, people, from my perspective, when we look at electrification, we're looking at electric motors, which have a lot more life in them as well. So actually, the machines, when we know how to manage the battery solutions, when we know how to manage the machine performance, when we know that we can slot in, the latest battery technology into this casing as such that sits inside the machine, we know we can actually give that machine an extra life, like we see being rebuilds in the traditional sense. So it all really comes down to this knowledge gathering, the telemetry, the expertise that go in all the way through the cycle. And we're already talking about that, and we haven't even got loads and loads of battery powered equipment out there yet. It's critical that we get it all right first, isn't it?
Oh, definitely. And touching on that remanufacture point as well. So, again, I said about the modularity here, but we have considered these products right from the offset that we need to be aware of the precious materials in these batteries. And we need to have the longest life possible within our batteries. And from an engine point of view, we offer remanufactured engines. So why not do that with batteries to extend the life? So the ability to bring this back, look at what is the state of health through the digital twin that we'll have of this battery.
Yes,
and
of
then,
course.
right, let's repurpose that and make this available as a second-use battery. It extends the life and really makes sure that we use as much materials as possible for a long period. And that really protects this product moving forward to make sure that we can offer customers a suitable solution for them as well in aftermarket. So it gives people that option. Do we want to go maybe with a second use battery rather than buy a first-use battery in the aftermarket. So it's a really flexible approach.
So folks, we're getting supercharged here with the battery technology. We are going to be seeing this in some other machines. I'm going to try and find if I can get a sneak peek at that wheel loader you've been hiding from me, so we can actually see how this all slots in. Looks pretty good here, probably going to look even better inside a machine. Cheers.
Thanks, Peter.